Hi, hello, namaste, hearty welcome to yet another interesting class. Yes, so we have been meditating, on our learnings from the books of Rich Dad, and these are excerpts from the Rich Dad's Guide to Investing. So, whatever I liked and whatever I want to see of my students, I wanted to share it here. See, the way we have grown up, since childhood is that, study well, join a good office, work hard, make some money for yourself and things like that. Yeah, nothing wrong in that. And all conventional, traditional education, whatever somebody has done, that's what we were taught. Still, many people don't know about EA, you know, FPC, CPA, and things like that. All these are like life changing education, entrepreneur making education. I really am clueless, why this education is, kind of kept in dark. I really don't understand that. But your success will make you definitely, famous. And it'll definitely do things that they have not even thought of achieving in their life. You know, when I was reading this book, the author says that 120 years ago from today, 85% of Americans were independent farmers or small shopkeepers. In other words, vast majority of Americans were business people. So he's telling us if 120 years before 85% of the population, American population, were independent farmers or shopkeepers, why can't we be an entrepreneur? Anybody can be a business person if they have a product or a solution or a service that solves the human problems. And more the customers, the more, the business. Even Robert Kiyosaki, he started his first business, from nothing. He saw a local store, selling some old comic books. He persuaded them, he purchased from them, then he opened a comic library, and then he started charging, 10 cents membership fee, 10 cents. And from nothing, he built an asset just with a good idea. You know, not to boast about myself also, uh, my first student was my brother, younger brother. Obviously, in every home, that's how it is. And then, my father was a dementia patient, and the survival of the family was tough, and I didn't know what to do. And that's when, I also got my ranks in the All India 17th rank and then South India first, and I became, little famous in the college and all. And there was a friend of mine who failed. You know, I studied in AV College, Gaganmal, Hyderabad. CA was done from Badruka College. So this friend, from AV College, he got only 26 marks when he wrote. So given my family conditions, I was little disheartened and all, and I used to spend, a lot of time in the library, solving the CA problems, and things like that. And suddenly, what happened? This person came and said, "Hey, Nanda, please help me. I don't know, these QT quantitative techniques in those days. I don't know what it is now. I'm talking about. I finished my BCom in 2003, so this was somewhere in 2001 or so. So one or two." So this person came and I taught him a little, and it used to happen, like 1 week or 10 days. And then this person gave his examination, And this person who got 26 marks became he when he wrote his supplementary he got 62 marks. So everybody was like asking him, "Are you got 62 in BCom?" Yes, yes, Nanda taught me. And that's how, my friends, recognized a teacher in me. And then when I was in BCom second year, given to support my family, I didn't take any money from anybody, just like that. But I said, I'll teach you, then you can help me. And everybody, they started joining my my home institute. I used to teach from home. On the Christmas day, I happened to start the BCom tuitions just to my friends. I taught only for 2 years. So when I was in BCom second year, I used to teach for BCom second year my own friends, and also from other colleges, also SP College and Bhavan's College. I had two students. So just in a small room, 22 people used to sit. A small room, maybe 100 SFT room or something like that. 22 people used to sit. Very humble beginning, and like that I earned 22,000 rupees. I used to teach three subjects: accounting, then financial accounting, cost accounting, and then quantitative techniques, cost and management accounting, and then quantitative techniques. So it was, though I paid 40 lakhs in income tax when I was 30 years old, and I received a golden income tax certificate from Ayakar Bhavan, Hyderabad, for being a youngest taxpayer in Hyderabad. That joy of making 22,000 versus 2 crores or more when I was 30 years old, that is priceless. That 22,000 is priceless. So I was a student. I was shortlisted for the Indian Army, National Defense Academy, Dehradun posting, but my given my father's condition, my mother and my younger brother, they stopped me, or else this chashma would not have been there, and I would have been very very good in the Indian Army by this time. But hello, all glory to God, no regrets. Here also, I have an army of my students, my clients, my team members, so many well-wishers, family members, pastors, church. I'm blessed, so I have no regrets for that. The point that I'm trying to say is, whatever little, whenever you're going through some challenges, identify what is the solution. When something is locked up, it means there is a key. We need to identify where is that key. We need to identify where is that key. But many a times, we hold back on that entrepreneurial zeal and things like that because of time, money, lack of courage. What will people think if I fail? And things like that. But it is definitely possible. That's why, even at iLead, I have something called as HRP, hourly rate of pay. So somebody who wants to work part time, it doesn't conflict with your job terms or something like that. You're free to work with iLead. So whatever is your gross pay, let's say your salary is 1,60,000 for ease of maths. We divided 40 hours work week for 4 weeks, 160 hours. 40 hours into 4 weeks, 160 hours. So gross salary by 160 hours. Whatever is your gross salary. So we are taking as 1,60,000 divided by 160 hours. So it means per hour 1,000 rupees. So if you're good at something and you feel that, sir, the classes are good, but still, if this is also there, I think it can add so much value to society. It can add value to students, and things like that. I honor you, for the hours that you have invested into iLead. So that can be paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or whatever is your, pay schedule. But somewhere, that intrapreneur, that entrepreneur, has to be there. That leader, that That solution provider has to be born to solve your problems. And while you are solving your problems, you are solving the society's problems also. I felt very happy, when my friend, that 26 marks person, got 62 marks. I felt, very, very happy. And even, after I started, you know, company, iLead, I was the first South Indian, to teach USA taxation. All people are all, from North, and there's no South Indian, who teaches, in the Indian accent and things like that. And even others, they were using some foreign materials and things like that. Even we do study, research, and check if we are missing anything and all. But we have come up with our own unique way of presenting the things, which is very much admired by students. And the kind of WhatsApp messages that I get to my number, sometimes just tears roll down my eyes, for the overwhelming love the students have for me. So I'm very, very thankful to God for making me a teacher. More than a practitioner, the joy that I get as a teacher, that's incomparable. So thank you very much, all of you, for being with me, supporting iLead, and being part of the vision of the iLead. When I started iLead, the when the Hindu newspaper reporter he came, sir, what's your vision? So I said, I want to provide industry ready education. I want to empower, our nation, India, with education, employment, and entrepreneurship. Yeah, education is the basic thing, very, very important. And what education is needed, that's what a teacher has to say. A proven business person has to say, okay, bhai, ye padho aap. You study this. This will help you, work as an employee in a business, and it will also help you start your own business. So I can very proudly say, when some people say, sir, I studied something, but I'm working in something, I can very proudly and humbly say that my students, whatever they have studied, they work on that only. Majority. Whatever they have studied, they work on that only, in that field only. US taxation, yes, US accounting, US payroll, US payroll. That's how it is. In that field only. So they don't, study like, not to disrespect anybody, studied BTech, but working as a customer support or IT recruiter. My students, don't fall victims for that. Have not become any victims for that. So certain inspiring stories, mine is a very short one, just to take care of my mom and my brother. I wanted to, start my tuitions, and then I wanted to get into job after BCom was over. I had to take care of family. So, you know, so how do I do that? Then I got into job. Then I fell in love with US taxation. US taxation. Night shift job. For 8,000 rupees I joined. And I just loved the work. And thanks be to my first boss, Lakshmi Prasad sir, who taught me US taxation. He just taught me 2 pages of 1040 in 2 days. So that I caught up and learnt everything on the floor, and went up to explaining the draft tax return drafts to the clients. That was amazing experience, and from there, no looking back. No looking back at all. All that I'm trying to say is, rather than complaining that we have problems, and things like that, let's also focus on what are the solutions that we are able to see, or that we are able to come up with. Because you can always go to your leader with problem, but please also go with solution. Seriously, even at your workplace, you see, sir, this is the problem, that is the problem. Have one solution at least in mind, because sometimes your boss or manager, because of their busy schedules or lot of activities, they may not come up with the efficient solution to that existing problem. But you can offer a solution that can solve the problem. So be a solution provider, at your workplace. And you can always start off, even part time also. iLead encourages that, okay, as long as it doesn't contradict your work terms or you're comfortable, please get in touch with me, share me your CV and payslip, or connect with your enrollment advisor. And let's see, how we can help each other. That's my WhatsApp number, 9949579091. Yeah. Even, Michael Dell started Dell Computers by working part time in his university, from a dormitory room, and eventually got so rich that he decided to drop out. Even Jeff Bezos, started Amazon part time. He was working out of a garage, and today his company is worth, over $500 US dollar, 500 billion US dollars. Imagine, if he didn't had that courage to start things up in his spare time, where he would have been. You might have appreciated, our training sessions so much. You might see, so much value in what we are doing. I'm also human at the end of the day. I really don't believe, much in digital marketing and things like that. Yeah, whatever little they do, we do. We just do knowledge marketing. We don't run our business based on offers and things like that. We just sell value. We tell value. And I don't do this service, for free, because I have a team to pay, I have a family to take care of. So if there is any way you feel, you can also support us and create, more jobs, more entrepreneurs and all, please join hands with me, and I would, love to work with you. Hmm. Well, here, I just picked up these 3 points. Starting a business is something, that can make you rich. Because if you see, most of the successful people, majority are business people. Majority are business people. They first pay to themselves and then to others. Majority are business people. So try to become a business person, an entrepreneur, a solution provider. Could be a practitioner, anything, whatever. So here, the author talks about, three options. You can reinvest the cash or profit it generates into other assets. This cash inflow, you can use to invest into, other businesses. Then you can grow this business and then sell it, for profit or shareholding or something like that. Then you can go for public issue of shares and stocks also. That is also possible. Public issue of shares and then stocks. All three can be routes to riches you will never experience as an employee. As an employee, you can never go for public issue. You have to be an employer. Sir, starting a business is easy, but how do we make a business work? Yes, we will talk about it also, in our coming sessions, we will talk about it. But somewhere, you should have that in your mind, let me at least, do part time. Part time. See the RTP classes and all what you learn. You can take up part time jobs also in RTP. Once you know RTP, you can help people in the season also, tax season time. There's so many companies, who look to offer jobs, during the tax season, part time also. So see how you can help others and how you can, make some money also. Yeah. So slowly, who knows? You can become, somebody who can take up the outsourcing work. So let's say I myself, may give you work. Steal my knowledge, but don't steal my data. I'm clear on that. Steal my knowledge, but don't steal my client's data. So that has to be very, very clear. So as long as that is happening, absolutely fine with it. Absolutely fine with it. Yeah. So see how best you can leverage your time, and things like that. Yeah, focus on this. Focus on this. See how you can do something of value in your free time, rather than watching movie every day, or rolling some episodes what you watched 2 days before you don't remember today. So why waste time on that? But the money that you earned 2 days before, you could have buy something today, right? So think about that and spend your time wisely. More than money, our time has to be spent wisely. Hmm? Chalo, God bless you. Brew on this, put some thoughts to this. I'm sure God will enlarge your thinking also and give you some good insights, so that we can work together to make our country great by giving the right education, creating more jobs, and creating more entrepreneurs who can give more jobs. Yeah, chalo. See you soon in the class.